the review for test 2, part 4, and we're going to do the questions 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, so it says describe parent graph, and here's my new graph. What happens? Well, if I have a negative in the front, it flips it upside down. Well, what's upside down? Well, here's my x-axis. If it was here, it now becomes here. So it's a reflection across the x-axis. So that we want to reflect it across the x-axis. So it's not the y-axis. Oh, it could be one of these. Okay, so it's not B. Now the 9 on the inside, if it's a plus 9, that means left 5. If it's plus 5, it's left 5. So this means left 9. So who says left 9? No. So it must be this. So this makes it go reflect across the x-axis. That really just means if it was here, reflected across the x-axis, it just means flip it upside down. And this means left 9. So it's A. Okay, question 12. Determine if the function's even, odd, or neither. So remember, if something is even, that means it's a reflection across the y-axis. Okay? And if I want to test if something has a reflection across the y-axis, I'm going to replace my x's with negative x. So let's do that up here where I have more space. So instead of an x, I'm going to put in negative x's. Well, what is negative x squared? Well, that's the same as negative x times negative x. What's a negative times a negative? Positive. So really that's just x squared. So this is the same as this. Okay. Now I have to ask myself, is it the same? Yes, it's the same. So then I know it's even. There. Let's do the next one. Is it even, odd, or neither? We always start the same way. We check. We don't care about that. We just say, is it even? Okay. So if it's the same, then it's even. If it's exactly the opposite, then we know it's odd. Remember, opposite is odd, same is even. And if it's weird and crazy or something, then it's neither. Okay, so let's test if something's even. Well, if it's even, that means it's a reflection across the y-axis, so I have to replace my x's with negative x. Okay. Let's replace. Oops. Negative x, negative x, negative x. Well, let's check. If I have negative x times negative x times negative x times negative x, that's negative x to the 4. That's an even. Negative times negative is a positive. Negative times negative is a positive. And a positive times a positive is positive. So really, this is just equal to x to the 4. Because all the negatives just multiply together to get positives. And this, we discovered that this is the same as x squared. So I just go minus 2x squared minus 4. So now I say, is it the same or different? That's the same. If it's the same, that means it's yes, it's even. If it was exactly opposite, so say it had negative x4 plus 2x2 plus 4, where everything is exactly the opposite, then we'd say it's odd. Okay, let's check the last one. Determine if it's even, odd, or neither. We always just start by testing if something's even, and that's a reflection across the x-axis. And if it's a reflection across the X or y-axis, then we replace our x's. Sorry. So let's do this. So let's replace all the x's with minus x. And that should have a 4. Well, we know from the previous question that this is just equal to x to the 4, because all the negatives, because it's even, that makes it positive, that makes it positive. So we know it's negative 6. This is just x to the 4. Negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, so then let's check, is it the same? So this is the same. This is opposite, and this is the same. It's not all the same, and it's not all opposite, so it's kind of crazy. So I would say neither. Okay, so it's neither.